One of the great things that I thought Joe did was including the actual guys that do the broadcast, that every F1 fan knows them. Right. They hear them, they already know, right? And so to bring them to the movie, which just made it even more authentic. These are the guys we're used to hearing when we're watching the races. I thought that was a genius way to bring Formula One to all those people that don't really know Formula One. This is what it sounds like. Literally, these are the guys that do the announcing. These are the recordings of the cars. This is what the pit stops sound like. Everything about the movie is literally a lift from the sport and introduction to everyone.
Gareth John, the production recordist, did it so he just did a fabulous job. We were able to use 80% of the production. They're wearing helmets a lot, which is also a beautiful way to change lines and re-record things like that. So they did a lot of wild lines, we did a lot of wild recordings, and sync was perfect every time.
So you want to be able to communicate the fact that yes, they are FUTs. Yes, this is radio broadcast communication amongst the team, but you want it to be in a relatively comfortable way. So actually the futses for dialogue were, I think, one of the more complicated parts of it because of that character. Make it futzed, but not so futzed that it's too futzed, but futzed enough that it communicates what's actually going on here. P.S. It has to match the production comm futz as best you can, as you need to cut back and forth. And even more complicated is when there is radio communication on one side happening, but then mid-line you cut to a different perspective, like you cut from the windy wall back to the driver. Well, you want that futz to be a different futz, but not a completely different futz, but just enough of a different futz that it's like, holy cow.
I would say Joe is the grandmaster at giving us these opportunities. God bless him. Because he gets it. He knows that you can't just say, I want this to be an authentic Formula One movie, figure it out. He was like, we're going to start early. We're going to give you whatever resources you need, and everything is going to be 100% perfect. And he's not like, this has to be perfect. It's just like, we're going to do this together. What do you need? I'm going to help you. Let's get going.
So you like straight talk?
Straight as an arrow. No sugar.
Why are you here, Sonny? When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy. Doesn't take orders, goes his own way, huh? A lone wolf. Well, I've news for you. Formula One is a team sport. It always was. Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure.
None.
The only question here is, why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1?
I think it's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
It's all right. You just wait. I'm quicker than you.
You're making a mistake, thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old-timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
Down the inside, contact!
That's the other driver. You say he was old, he not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
What's he doing?
Plan C, be ready. Just gotta hope for some lucky breaks.
Hope it's not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Drive fast. Ever seen a miracle?
Not yet. How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.